What is good, people? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Wire series. Check it out! New background! I mean, that creased red striking sheet could only take me so far, but to be honest, I'm actually looking back pretty surprised because I had a really amateur shitty red sheet back there for my first 6 months on this channel, and regardless of that, I made lots of new subs, new friends, and over 80 Patreons, so maybe it's not about the creased sheet, but the friends you make in front of it. Regardless, I decided to drop some money to upgrade, so we're looking a bit more professional now, yeah? As the red sheet probably indicated to you, I don't really give too much of a fuck as to how I'm perceived, but that being said, I am trying to build my channel, and I'm aware that I'm out here competing against people with a beautiful row of neon lights illuminating their shelves full of Game of Thrones Funko Pops. Well, fuck you guys, suck a dick. Dark blue, I'm coming for you all, bitch. But let's be honest, these reactors wasn't fucking with BA even when I had the creased red sheet, yeah? That just heightens the experience, it's like a ribbed condom. So, last episode of The Wire, we saw a couple things go down. We saw Marlowe now sort of working in correspondence with Proposition Joe and shit. How that is going to go in the future remains to be seen, but it's interesting to see him acting so civilly amongst the other gang leaders just now because we are all very well aware how Marlowe usually rolls. So the fact that he's given any sort of communication and taken any sort of advice, I would say is almost character progression for him. I don't trust him in the long run. I think he will use these guys as much as they can be assets to him, and if they no longer are, I don't think he'll still want to work with them at all. So just now, Proposition Joe has something to offer him, but when Prop Joe has nothing left to offer him, I just don't think Marlowe will give a shit. Now, the one ace in Prop Joe's pocket is, Prop Joe's guys have the best product. Will that sway Marlowe? I'm not sure, because Marlowe was doing just fine with the product he was able to attain. Will a slight increase in quality really make him want to work with Prop Joe in a long-term thing? I'm undecided on that. He strikes me as the type of guy that if he can cut ties with everyone except his direct gang, he would. And as a byproduct of all that, obviously the camera went missing, which caused Herc to flip his shit because he's told Marimo that Fuzzy Dunlop, who, I completely get this now, I can't believe, usually I am not that dumb, but I cannot believe I missed the connection to the tennis ball. It's Fuzzy, it's a Dunlop. I'm a fucking idiot. But now that I know that, that's even more hilarious that that is the pseudonym for the fake PI that Herc created in Season 2 when they broke the initial camera. It's quite funny that it was now brought back up again after losing a second one. Herc is a habitual camera loser. I wouldn't be asking him to take a photo of me anytime soon. Fuck knows what will happen. But yeah, because of that, he was leaning on all Marlowe's guys, Chris and Snoop, that entire episode. And it led to Chris and Snoop getting pulled and having to ditch a lot of their tools, including the nail gun, which we have become accustomed to since the start of this season. Bye bye, red ballistic nail gun. You will be missed but not forgotten. And slowly but surely, both Presbeluski and Colvin are making some progress within the school system, trying new things and seem to be getting decent results back, considering these are the preliminary stages of them attempting new shit. Now, historically, I have a gut feeling this will not end well because anytime anybody tries to change something with a new fresh idea which actually works in this show, they get crucified and then buried for it. It's really hard for me to see when the uppers hear about this, them not bringing down the hammer on the school for it, and it's such a shame because radical ideas are sometimes needed to make legitimate change, and it's not too radical, it's not crazy, he's just playing a bit of dice with them while teaching them the stats, and Colvin's just trying to get a group discussion with them but initiating it by talking about what they're knowledgeable about, crime and shit. Not methods the school board above them would probably approve, but certainly ones which seem to be having an actual effect. And yeah, last episode we saw Michael race home to make sure his little brother was safe with that dude in his house. I'm assuming, obviously you can't talk about these things in too much detail on YouTube, but I'm assuming that is alluding to a previous physical or sexual assault Michael has had to experience at the hands of that dude. And as twisted as this may sound to me, it almost makes me want him to start working for Marlowe, just so that Chris and Snoop can go into that house and shoot that guy in his fucking head. He doesn't even deserve a dilapidated building burial behind a boarded up wooden door. Even if I've got the wrong impression with that, he's a clear piece of shit. clearly is just going to keep Michael's mum using more and more. Seems like a facilitative relationship they have. He seems abusive to her as well. He seemed to instantly take away any authority she had, even though, to be honest, Michael had more authority than her in that household. And he wants to take control of their money card. These are all bad signs, and I just hope sooner rather than later Michael tells another adult who's just not going to stand for that shit, takes him and his brother out of that house, and hopefully, you know, shoots that dude in his fucking face while he's at it. That would be amazing to see, and I hope that is what happens next. But regardless, we're going to get into this shit. This is episode 9 of season 4, Know Your Place. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it.
Hey! Look, see, this is what's wrong with the justice system right here. Niggas get locked up and they don't stay that way. Damn, make it hard to take this shit serious.
It is fucking put. Welcome back, bro.
Yeah, man, it ain't like it was, but it'll do.
Crazy as well, because we saw these guys when they were relatively young. Even though it's not been that many seasons, they've visibly grown up throughout this show. It's like the Starks in Game of Thrones.
You got laid yet? Shit, I think I already been burnt. Shit, I might need to ride to the clinic today.
Damn, he got down to it quick. Picked the dirtiest woman he could find. He missed his STIs.
This is, Poop. I'm Poop, yo. Poop, right here. Didn't you get locked up or shot or something? Society say I deserve another chain.
I fucking hate how Hawk is rolling this season, by the way. I've never liked him, but this season in particular, he's such a fucking dick the way he's rolling.
You, and you. And unless I see birth certificates saying otherwise, you're my little Kevin. And if that don't get it, we're coming the fuck back. Aight?
That's hilarious that just because of his size, Kev was exonerated from having to get in a police vehicle. That's a good way to avoid arrest. Just be too fat to fit in the car.
These police out here knew how to flip it even just a little. I should have been in handcuffs. You know.
And little Kev does make a good point. Like, back in season 1, we had Kima and McNulty and people like that doing stuff like that, stopping on the corners. The fact that Hurt can now do this with sergeant stripes is almost infuriating. He's the most undeserving dude to be in control of anything, calling the shots, leading the way, and the pettiness and the waste of time and money he is currently costing the police just to retrieve a single camera, which he himself positioned in the dumbest, unstealthy way possible. I don't know if Hawk will ever redeem himself throughout this show at this point. He's got to be announced as the second coming of Christ during season 5 for me to see him have a redeemable story arc.
Your motherfucking savior is what I am.
Told y'all Andre was lying on me, yo.
So he's moved him to this little middle of nowhere detention centre.
So who did kill that delivery girl?
This is making me miss snow. It's kinda nice when everything's snowy. Obviously it's cold, but I'm Scottish, so...
No more fucking bodies from you. No more comebacks or get-evens on this. No more killing.
That's a really hard thing to ask of Omar, considering how badly he was just set up by Marlowe. I mean, if he's allowed back out, it's almost he's in a position where it's kill or be killed.
Let me drive you down to Aberdeen rail station, put you on a northbound train.
Nah, man. Baltimore's all I know. You know what it is, like, homie?
Two incredibly stupid choices there. Or two conflicting ones. If you're gonna ask him not to kill anyone, at least demand he leaves Baltimore. If he's gonna be in Baltimore, you have to accept the fact that a situation might arise where he has to kill someone to defend his own life. It's the world he's in.
How much passed? Because I want to come out of the box with a big bump in police salaries, in particular the commissioner's salary, which needs to jump like 50 grand.
Well, good guess would be a one-shot surplus of about 20 million.
This is what I predicted last season. It's one thing lobbying to get up to here, but when he sits down in the same seat Royce has and then just gets broken down why financially his ideal utopia just isn't possible on paper with numbers, he's going to find this job a lot harder than he perhaps perceived it from the outside.
Councilman, what may not have been obvious to you on the Public Safety Subcommittee is that the budget process is a carefully orchestrated ballet.
I mean, I saw this coming last season. How the fuck does the politician not anticipate this? It is literally the difference between talking a good game and playing a good game.
Your boy been assigned to what they call the Major Crimes Unit. You know what? They the motherfuckers that did the last 3 city-wide taps.
I think you'll be alright, Prop Joe. If only you knew how far the Major Crimes Unit had fallen.
Where'd you get this? Courthouse, clerk's office. Hey, this shit's open to the public after they finish prosecuting your ass.
I thought Prop Joe had a police insider, but maybe he's just legally requesting the documents after the cases are closed. Also, if they can literally get you in a day, how the fuck are you able to do any business? Like, surely they're gonna still need phones, so how did they get around that one day to catch them shit?
I want one. So your cat can eat them?
Well, how you found them?
The early days of the internet. I was there for this shit. It was the most amazing thing ever then. It fucking sucks looking back.
So you say you're like the box, right? You must have some kind of reach.
Michael does have reach. They respect him because they know if they push Michael too far, he'll just fuck him up.
Can't.
Randy is either going to ask Prez or steal his card so he can get cheaper candy to sell it for a larger profit. He should definitely discuss this with Prez Belusky and not steal his card.
One thing to sell waterfront for tax base, but now you're just sucking paychecks out of my community.
Well, it was just a thought.
So he's already had to reduce his dreams of a stadium expansion to a promenade on the pier. Again, the fact he didn't anticipate the budget being incredibly unflexible is actually shocking and unrealistic.
I was ready to step up, and the deal was cut long ago that he'd back me when the time came. You and Tony, you guys jumped the line.
So she's basically being butthurt because she never got a chance to be mayor.
What makes you think I'll even be around that long? Governor's race is in 2 years, and plans can change. You might find yourself mayor in 2008 without so much as a campaign speech.
Now that is a good bartering offer, because I guarantee you Tommy wants that governor position. So maybe she'll reconsider that. But regardless, when you've got someone actively working against you like that, instead of thinking about the benefit of the city, these motherfuckers are playing politics internally, which could be a detriment to their own city. It's pathetic.
Ain't a knocko.
Yeah, I see. Look nice.
I'm working homicide.
So the bad boy happened to kill me. You can help me out then, right?
He makes a fair point, man. He didn't necessarily have to go to Kmart about this, but I'm pleased he's talking to someone about it, because I didn't want to see him get his fucking ass kicked every time he walked down a new street with his trolley.
We can't raise the salary, we can't attract strong minority candidates. No strong candidates, we can't get rid of the guy we got. Fuck if I'm gonna live with Burrell as my commissioner.
It's funny, this is a large part of like his first order of business. How do we fucking get rid of Burrell?
And you have cash up front.
He pay you back, Mr. P. When he sell off, man, he gonna pay you back.
Yeah. Points on the package, huh?
Yeah, see, this is maybe a bit too far for like teaching math, do you know what I'm saying? I appreciate they approached him with the inquiry rather than just stealing his card, but also I can see why Prez would be a bit like, this is a bit too dodgy.
Come in with a wad of bills tomorrow, Randy. I want to know where they came from.
I don't want either of you out on the corner.
That's cool though, it's better to be making money from sweets than from drugs.
I think my car's been stolen.
Yeah, man. Alright. So what I'm saying is...
I fucking knew it was him, that's a shame.
From here on, your moms can't do nothing to help. Alright?
I'm pleased, it's about time everybody just shut Neyman's mum out, regardless of the respect they got for Weebay. From now on, unless it comes from Weebay, then don't do it. Don't do shit, she says. I hope Weebay, some point in this show, like, gives her shit for being the way she's been as well. Imagine endangering their fucking son like that.
They got him in county lockup.
Well, the charge has been dropped. This cocksucker sprung. My man is backing up on his story.
Now they're thinking about killing the shop owner, because if he's been sprung, that means the shop owner isn't doubling down on his story, I guess.
But I think we're done there. The shit with Andre, job one.
He says he thinks he's done with Prop Joe, like he's done his side, he's got the information he needs. Marlo will go back to being independent. He doesn't like fucking with other people.
To help you with your problem. Alright?
No, I need this now, Kima.
I'll tell them that.
Woman.
So show me where you're living and I'll tell them where they can find you.
The one thing I think Bubble should have done differently in this scenario is he should have approached someone on a street level to help him. Perhaps one of his customers or something who had a bit of a human side. I don't like the fact Hawk and Sidney are getting involved.
Fuck we doing back here then, Papa?
I can still put a gun in Andre's face, right? That man got some explaining to do.
Will Omar keep his promise to Bunk? I think if the situation arose, he would break that promise for sure.
Oh, shit! Yeah, get that money. Get that money, Yes, sir?
You don't want Randy getting involved in this, regardless of the math Presbo's been teaching him. It's just an easy way to lose all that money you've just made selling those candies and hustling, bro.
First names are red, then they're green, then they're black. And that doesn't even include the court pay you'd make if the solved case goes to trial.
Sweet. Huh, so you get bonuses in the murder department for cleared cases. I guess that makes sense. Incentive and shit.
I followed you through 10 shooters and made more money than I have in a month.
You know, Prez Beluski, if things do fuck up in his school, he could make himself some money just pulling dice players off the street and breaking down the statistics to them.
Can't take it anymore, man.
Once we're done with Kevin, you go find this asshole. Hit my cell phone.
I really hope Hawk helps him in this scenario. It'll be one thing Hawk's done where I'm like, fucking nice, bro. Is Hawk the type of dude to ever do something which will prompt me to go fucking nice, bro, is the question.
Shouldn't talk about your mama like that, Mike.
Hey, Daddy, see my volcano?
Bug, go upstairs.
I hope he fucking kills him for real.
Hey, you gotta forgive this to your soul.
Man, fuck you.
Watch your mouth. You big, but not big enough.
Oh, fuck you. He's big enough to get a gun and shoot you in your sleep, mate. It's infuriating to even watch this. Oh man, please someone kill this fucking guy instantly. I don't want to have to see any more scenes of that bullshit.
Hey. Hey. Come on in.
Well, that was really nice of Kima's girlfriend to instantly welcome him in with a smile after the way she fucking treated her.
This is this month and 2 going back. I'm just trying to catch up. Appreciate you not coming after me for it.
Knocking over liquor stores now?
At least she's honouring her word.
Sorry, the place is a mess. You could stay for dinner, but tonight we have people coming over. So.
Oh, she's got a new girl. You know what? I do not feel bad for Kima for a second in that scenario. She did it to herself.
Nice meeting you. Elijah.
Huh?
Say bye to Aunt Kima.
Bye.
Now, I wonder what Kima makes of this. Does she feel like she's dodged a bullet, or is she deep down wishing she hadn't done that shit? I'm curious. She doesn't look too happy about it.
Where's Dre?
I don't know.
You believe her?
No.
Oh my god. Oh shit. I thought he just headshotted her.
I don't know.
You believe her now?
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah. In both instances, I think Snoop's judgment was pretty decent, to be honest. I mean, you wouldn't believe her first time, but you'd certainly believe her after you fucking put a warning shot through her bed.
Randy, how did you...
6 beats 4 or 5, and most times 8 is better than 10, right? You schooled me good.
You gambled for this?
I ain't even pick up the dice.
Oh, no, though. That's going to give him confidence to continue gambling. The last thing I want to see is Randy go down a route of, like, getting addicted to gambling or something. With all the other problems going on with these kids, please, Randy, just sell your candy. It was fucking industrious and quite a happy little storyline.
No, I'm not offering to resign. If you want me to go, you're going to have to shit-can me.
He knows that that's going to look really bad in public perception if he's fired rather than leave, so that is within his power to do that as well, so it's a sneaky little manipulative tactic because Tommy knows he'll look so bad if he just straight up fires him.
The scale model at the Fayette Street Stash House was all sold out. So, y'all just gonna have to make do.
Hey, Mr. Colvin.
Oh, they're doing scale models. You know, my friend who has a toy channel, he's a toy maker amongst other things, he put together a Gundam, and I'd never seen one before, but I was like, yo, I ain't no model makery person or nothing, but they look really fun to just put together and display somewhere. I'm with it.
So I just need to chill for a while till they remember how to forget.
So now you come over east side and expect me to hide you.
Proposition Joe has 2 options here. He could phone Marlowe and say, yo, your guys try to come and hide him with me and better the relationship, or he could hide him. To be honest, the way Marlowe's been clearly just trying to cut Prop Joe off as soon as he can to become independent again. If I was Prop Joe, I'd actually hide this guy. It might be more value to him alive in the long run.
The problem with these here machines, they're too cheap to begin with. Some people think for what it's worth to fix it, make the shit work right, you might as well dump them.
Wow, that's a horrific metaphor for Andre Prop Joe's just used to his face there.
Still worth way more, Joe.
It depends, don't it?
That's a suspicious deal. Won't Marlowe be like, yo, how did you get Andre's store and now all of a sudden Andre's gone? Surely that will raise suspicion in Marlowe. Prop Joe is making a greedy decision there, and one that won't benefit him if Marlowe finds out.
You don't even know what you're doing. Just sit there and shut up because you just don't know.
Come on, man, make you shut up then.
Yo, you're starting to piss me off because you don't know what you...
Wonder if he found that fascinating.
Yeah, like that.
I tell you what, low-key the smartest dude in this class is that boy who's suffering from alcoholism. I really hope he turns his life around because he's clearly got so much potential. He was the smartest guy in the room when they were all talking about what it is to be a corner boy. Again, he seems to be taking the most initiative when constructing the tower. Unlucky. You were close. Don't lose your temper. You were very close.
That shit built to last.
What about the extra pieces?
What extra pieces?
Colvin ain't dumb.
Cook a good steak around here.
Oh, they're giving him the steak. Wow. Well, it did stand tall. I was expecting them to touch it and it just collapse under a touch. But the fact that he managed to make it sturdy, you know, give him the steak.
Cedric Daniels?
Problem?
No, he's good police. He's just got a little independent streak.
Yeah, exactly. An independent streak from you cunts not doing your jobs correctly. Very wise decision not to follow up on your thought there, Rolls, because it would have made you look bad, not him. Okay, so there was still some left on the card as well before the end of the month. Michael was just being smart and not telling that guy in his house. I refuse to even call him his stepdad, whatever the fuck. Let's just call him that guy in the house, yeah? That fucking cunt in the house. Michael's keeping the money away from him because he would clearly just spend it in a day on heroin, so.
Oh, what about that boxing guy? Mr. Cuddy.
Oh, fuck. Please tell Cutty.
Just too friendly, you know? That shit creeped me out, man. Like he's some type of faggot or
Cutty?
something. Nah, not Cuddy, man. He be all up in
Wow.
women.
Cutty, I don't believe is a homosexual. He's just literally looking out for you guys.
He's just too friendly, you know? Everybody just too motherfucking friendly.
That conversation there is pretty much an indicator that that other guy abused Michael, which is why Michael is very standoffish against male adults trying to be father figures to him. He can't tell the difference between a legitimately nice guy looking out for him like Cutty and a predatorial piece of shit like that fucking cunt in his house, which is so sad to see.
They're looking for at least a 10-point increase from all city middle schools this time around.
We're still 6 weeks away from the MSAs. You want us to start teaching the test now?
Here we go with the statistical demands of improvement without any clear course, just like we need this to be better. Go. These things need actual methods and systems to change and improve things.
For the time being, all teachers will devote class time to teaching language arts sample questions.
They're redesignating Presbeluski's mathematics class to teach language questions. What the fuck? This school is, not this school, but the system governing this school is just another broken system. I mean, that's been a meme the last few months. You know, school teaches you all this and that. It doesn't teach you how to fucking not go into debt, what you need to do with your money. That's really all school should teach people. Basic life shit. I wonder if Royce drives around the city having lost the election just going like, oh, there's my name though. There's my name. That sign ain't been taken down yet.
Oh shit! Popo, yo, Popo!
Naaman's got a really slow run. That will not bode well for him in the criminal world.
What about this one?
He isn't even bait. We toss him back. Unless you want to spend half the shift down at baby booking.
That's hilarious. He was just carrying him like a shopping bag.
I like to think that until the handcuffs actually fit, there's still talking to be done. Come here, man. Let's take a walk.
How dare you arrest Naaman's lieutenant like that? Get your hands off the lieutenant. Do you know he makes an extra $10? Yeah? Get the fuck out of here.
Could you please make it on the weekend? Only had like 3 hours between school and now to get ready.
You look fine, Zenobia.
I could look better.
3 hours. Surely that is an adequate amount of time.
Blood all squirting out?
Nah, ain't no blood.
What you think, Red? Does it mean rarely cooked, hardly cooked?
Rare. Get the blood out, stupid. See?
I hope these guys have a great night. It's great to see these guys getting rewarded like this from Colvin and just talking and having a good night. I feel so bad for the dude on the right, the boy suffering from alcoholism as well. He's such an intelligent, talkative person.
Shit, dog. She owed me. All that shit I gave her?
This guy, he's definitely in my top 10 list of people I want to see shot in the face right now. This just street robber, ruining Bubbles' life.
Okay.
Get the fuck back here. Nigga, I will fuck you up.
How has he not been killed already? You can't go around the streetiest of the street people carrying yourself like that and not get dropped on your head.
Says we'll hold him there 5 minutes for you to get across town.
I'm in the middle of an interview here. What the fuck? Tell him we'll fix his problem tomorrow.
This is lame. I knew Hawk was gonna fucking do some dumb shit and not actually help him. What a fucking cunt. This is gonna end in Bubbles getting seriously assaulted as well, isn't it? Or some bad shit's gonna happen because of this.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. You know what? Bubbles did a decent job defending himself there. He should just keep swinging. This guy looks like he's a bit of a pushover when he's pressed. Oh, fuck. I fucking hate this guy. Tell me you've not just paralysed him or something.
We know you didn't do it alone.
Say what?
Fuck you, Hawk.
You weren't alone in this. We know that.
That old Bubbles shit is Hawk's fault, 100%. What a piece of shit.
If you don't give us this murder, Kevin, somebody else will. And when they do, they'll be putting you in. You hear me?
Hawk has also just given him the information that it was Randy that, you know, got him to that situation. That is fucked up. This shit is all starting to look bad for everyone this episode. I fucking hate this shit.
Your table's ready. Follow me, please.
I like it though, everyone's looking fly. Good night out, a nice steak. Please don't let anything bad happen to these guys in this scene.
Who was that?
That's the hostess. Hey, you ain't gotta worry, Mrs. C. I ain't gonna run up your bill. I'll just get whatever's on special.
It ain't no Kmart blue light special, dumbass.
That's what I'm like. My mate took me out for a free meal the other day and I was like, I chose the cheapest thing. Even though he was like, no, get whatever you want. It's my treat. I chose the cheapest option just because, like, I don't know. It tasted better knowing I saved my friend money.
Roasted quail with grilled sibling bread salad.
Man, I thought y'all had steak.
Oh, we do. On the second page of your menus.
She was just telling you the specials, bro. That was just the specials.
Yeah, we'll take 4 Cokes, please.
Right away.
Thank you.
I like the Colvins easing them all through this process. They've never had high dining experience before. It is a bit weird when waiters and waitresses start to list off the specials using all these fancy, extremized words to make it sound more extravagant than it actually is. They're doing well though. They're gonna enjoy the night with Colvin.
I finally let some of it out, tell him what I really think, and I'm going from lieutenant to colonel in a little more than a year.
Yeah, I know. He played the game for so long and everyone just fucking punished him at every hurdle. Then he just started firing off shots and Tommy was, you know, right place, right time with Tommy trying to make a change and it worked out really well for him. It's great to see because most everybody gets punished in this show for trying to change things or speak their mind.
Zenobia, you want to take a picture of the restaurant, right?
That's okay, it's late.
No, it's fine. Come on, give me a camera.
Oh, don't take a picture. I hate when people take a picture like this in a movie because you know that one of the people in the fucking picture's gonna be dead. Oh, thank God it wasn't a picture of all 4 of them. I was gonna say, had he turned the camera around and took a picture of all 4 of them, that would have definitely signified the death of one of the people within the picture. The fact it was just at a steakhouse, thank God. Hopefully it's just a steakhouse that dies.
Get some fries at least.
Boy, you is pathetic.
Just cause you're a girl does not mean I won't fuck you all up. You hear me?
Nigga, please.
Well, it kind of went well. There was a bit of bickering there and a bit of underappreciation for that sort of life. But to be honest, that's how it is for me as well. Let's go to McDonald's. And I accept McDonald's is the devil, but shit, I'll take the devil over a tiny fucking fraction of food on a plate for £50. Suck a dick.
He denies the request until Damon
intercedes.
I would have had trouble with that word in that kid's defense.
The above stated facts have led me to conclude that Damon values Pythias's friendship and loyalty.
It's a shame as well because Presbeluski's found great ways to be engaging when teaching mathematics, but now he's forced to teach a completely different syllabus that isn't his strong point.
We got something that you want and it's coming back to you. Free of charge.
Someone you looking for.
What a snake move by Prop Joe. He took the dude's business, he took his shop, and he's still going to give up his location. Damn.
A proud day for the Baltimore Police Department.
Burrell hanging on by the political skin of his teeth right now. Holy shit, Valchek actually has people that want to hug him in his life. Now that's a plot twist I was not expecting. I'd love it if the two women both just went, well done shitbod, well done shitbod. The whole family, they're all shitbodding. We've saw Daniels have quite an ascent in this show, considering he got bumped down to the evidence room for the time. The fact he's now a colonel is amazing.
They can't even admit their feelings about who they are and what they're doing in this world. They're not fools. They know exactly what we expect them to be.
It's true. It's not as easy to manipulate the situation as you think. It's hard to approach trying to change someone from the standpoint of manipulation, especially if you're a nice person. There's incentive, which isn't technically manipulation, but...
It's bullshit. Before, at least they were getting something out of it.
Yeah, you can tell this situation's incredibly frustrating for Przybylewski because his strong point has always been the math and shit, and that showed because he was legitimately engaging them in his knowledge of fractions, statistics, etc. with the dice. English just isn't his strong point. He's never been the best communicator.
This is me telling you all as plain as I can. You guys had your one chance. I see you out there second time, everyone takes a beating and goes to Cheltenham.
So Carver's shown up to the gym just to threaten him. And also, Weebay was so right about that big-ass ponytail. As soon as Naaman started running away with his dumb-ass haircut, he was the most identifiable person we've seen in 4 seasons of The Wire. And that includes Prop Joe.
Bay was my cut buddy. We jailed down Jesse. Anyway, Naaman's from him. Same blood, but not the same heart.
Exactly. He is Weebay's son, but he is not about it like Weebay. He is a soft kid, really.
My people, they won't know.
Don't know.
But the rats. I'll be alone with the rats.
I got your back.
We've got your back, they say, as they lead him into a vacant house to shoot him in the fucking head. Wow. To be fair though, Chris does keep it quick. He's not much of the torturous type.
You see, that's the man we robbed, yo. From the poker game.
Oh shit. So what's Omar gonna make of this? He knows Prop Joe sent him there. I wonder if he's going to take this out on Prop Joe. He's going to tell Marlowe. I just hope that Chris and Snoop just go round there and shoot this cunt in his fucking head. I don't care. I want to see this guy die. Oh, thank God he's talking to somebody about it. Now, we should have chose Cutty for the non-lethal, you now owe us something in the gamey side of things, but Marlowe better help him at least. And that was episode 9 of season 4 of The Wire, Know Your Place, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Know Your Place. What did I think of that? Well, this is about the time in any Wire series where a deep-seated feeling of doom starts to creep up over me and I start to sense the worst for everyone. So let's go from what I can remember. First of all, we saw Kima finally go back to her girlfriend, ex-partner's house. Seems like she was trying to reconnect somewhat, but yeah, her ex-partner had the right to move on. It's so mirroring of the mistakes McNulty made earlier on in the series, where he had a good thing going, left it, wanted to get it back, and by the time he wanted it back, the person had moved on. Exactly the same case here for Kima and her ex completely was in the right to move on, and it's Kima's own fucking fault if she feels any sort of way about it, for real. And what started out as like quite a fun sounding episode for Randy, you know, he found these cheaper candies on the internet, Presbo helped him get them, but then we saw him get involved in gambling a little bit. It just went from bad to worse though, because when they arrested the guy that told him to send the dude round to Chris and Snoop to be killed, the guy clocked that it was Randy. Now the guy gave Randy money and told him not to tell nobody about it, so the fact that Randy's actually went to the police and named that dude, oh man, this could end badly for Randy now. This is fucking bullshit. Not looking good for Randy. Prop Joe showed he is as sneaky, conniving and snaky as anybody else in this game. He promised the guy safety, took his business, took his shop over, told the guy he was going to get put into hiding, only for him to be sent down an alley into the vacants with Chris and Snoop, never to be heard from again. And I gotta say, much props for that guy's bravery. In that moment he could have shouted, kicked up a fuss, swung fists, done everything he could to make it messy and easier to find him, and he wandered along with him into the vacants. That's the one thing I don't get about Chris and Snoop's strategy. It's not like they're going to decide not to kill you when you go in the fucking house. So why not just be like, nah, kill me here, open body, let's see you fucking drag me into that vacant, you lazy cunt. Drag my dead body. I have been eating pies for the last 5 years just to make the process of you having to take me into that building strenuous on your knees, you fucks. But he never did that, he just moseyed on in with him, and that is the end of that dude. That cunt in Michael's house is trying to assert a bit more dominance over Michael and shit, trying to get a bit more bullyish, as we knew he would. He had these first few days settling in, trying to be civil, and now he feels comfortable, he's trying to push Michael around a bit, trying to get that card off him, threaten him, touch him when he can, when he clearly abused Michael in the past. And regardless of what you think of Marlowe, I am so fucking happy Michael has went to him and told him about this, because I'll tell you one thing, if anybody would be more than happy to kill that dude, Chris and Snoop don't blink when they kill people, so I just want to see this prick, for all the other people we've seen get taken into a vacant this season, this dude deserves it more than any of them. So please, Marlowe, listen to Michael and go take care of his problem. And if you're a really nice guy, don't hang no shit over his head for it after the fact and make him feel like he owes you. He's just a child, he's got his whole life ahead of him. Deal with his problem for him. You do enough bad shit just for your own gain, and I would fucking actually warm to Marlowe so much. And while they were having that conversation, we saw Omar staking it out. What's Omar's next move going to be? It did promise bunk no killing, but you know what Omar's like. If he's put in a position where it's life or death, he's going to pull the trigger every time. I would hope. I mean, if he ever gets a gun pulled on him and he dies because he made a promise to not kill anybody else, that is a stupid fucking way to die. Now yes, a man must have a code. It's a silly code if it is applicated in that situation. And just when I was talking positively about all the progress Presbeluski and Colvin had made, they both get somewhat thwarted this episode, and that Presbeluski now has to start teaching them part of a fucking syllabus he has no knowledge on and no ideas as to how to help them learn it, whereas with the math he genuinely had lots of good ideas. Similarly for Colvin, he did that thing which at first worked well. It was a team building exercise, model building, but then when he took them all out to dinner, I don't know, you could tell he was dissatisfied with how that dinner went. I don't know why or what he was expecting. I do feel like even though, you know, it's nice, take them out for the night on the town to the fanciest place, it's almost an uncomfortable feeling in a place like that if you're not part of that life. I know that feeling, I've been that guy in one of them places, dressed like this, getting looked at by all the old people in suits. Maybe it was just a bad call by Colvin and he should have just taken them to some more middle chilled out place that they would feel more comfortable in. Regardless, it was very nice of him to do that, even though that incentive wasn't exactly what they're into. Hopefully that incentive encourages them to continue to work well in the class. And fuck knows what's happened with Bubbles, like he seemed like he wasn't moving very much after that attack with the weapon off of that dickhead in the alley, but I hope he's alright and it's just another beating, because I don't know why I got the feeling that that might have paralysed him. I guess because I watched the Tales from the Crypt episode. You should watch it actually. I know you guys don't check my Tales from the Crypt reactions, but trust me, if you want to see some really funny shit, watch that reaction playlist. Some of those episodes are fucking hilarious. There's a bit where a mean uncle beats his nephew with a crowbar and paralyses him. So I guess I've just got that stuck in my head, and when I see a pipe swing down on someone's back, I'm like, oh, paralysis. Here's hoping I'm wrong, but fucking either way, fuck Herc for giving Bubbles his word on something, which caused Bubbles to be more confrontational with the guy than usual because he assumed that undercover car approaching was going to be helping him, only to see it drive past and then get absolutely fucked up. Some of the stuff Bubbles does, you're like, okay, this dude brings on most of the shit himself, but seeing him trying to be industrious with this trolley shop and just seeing this dude fucking take his profits and beat him at every corner, I just can't sit through this shit. Somebody has to do something about this. I'm at the point where I want to see Bubbles go and talk to Marlowe. Marlowe's becoming the problem solver for Michael just now. I would love it if Marlowe just solved everybody's problems. Bubbles, go and talk to Marlowe. You might not have anything to offer in return, but fuck it. You are like, you know, like how in Game of Thrones Varys has his little birds and they feed information. That's one thing Bubbles is good at and would be an asset to Marlowe for. Now, of course, Bubbles isn't going to approach Marlowe with this shit, but in an ideal world, that would solve his problem overnight. So let me just dream that that's what's about to happen in the next episode, even though we all know it's not. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is another McNulty-less episode. Jimmy, how far you've fallen. You were all over the early seasons, now you're just shacked up with Beatrice, just living the life, drinking teas with lime or whatever the fuck it was you had at the wake. One of my patrons mentioned that not one single character in The Wire appears in all episodes, which furthers the theory that the city of Baltimore in and of itself is the protagonist. I did enjoy the episode, but I've fucking got some serious tension building up as to what's about to go down in these last 3 episodes, because shit starts to hit the fan in The Wire around this point of any season. Please just don't break my heart too much over these next three episodes, David Simon, and we'll be good, okay? That's all I ask of you, yeah? If you have liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If you want to discuss anything, comment down below. Try and share this around to even just one person to help build the channel, and they might want to watch this series along with us. My Patreon link is down there in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, polls and posts. You get access to these YouTube reactions a month and a half in advance. That is, I believe, 12 episodes extra you are getting. And you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. You just sync up your copy of the show with my reaction, bang, we are chilling, watching whatever together. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and the channel out so much. And until next time, I have been BA, peace.